Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome back. We are here. We have another video for y'all today. I'm getting back on my grind, people, because man, I swear, I feel like I've been given 75% this whole beginning of the year. So we're back. We got some more Darrell Brooks over here. I'm covering up loose ends as usual. We're almost there, but I found this other piece, this other witness that I don't think we covered yet. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out. It's some more throwaway witnesses for Mr. Brooks himself. So we're gonna go and check this out. Everybody grab the ganja, the popcorn, the snacks, the sweets, all the stuff you guys need. And if you guys want to support the channel, go over to my Patreon. There's exclusive content, early videos, things that are too gory for YouTube, etc. on my Patreon. Go ahead and support. Go follow, go subscribe, do what you need to do. Link is below. Also, go check out my Instagram because it's lit over there. We go live over there too. We do everything, people. Go check that out. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and check this out, people. Let's get it.
The defense calls Christopher Bertram.
Mr. Chris Bertram.
I presume the state heard that and was assisting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your Honor, my assistant.
I didn't want to assume, so thank you for verifying that. Looks like this one's a lot closer than before, so that's good. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Bertram. If you would please make your way to the witness stand, which is off to my right. It is up one riser. When you get there, please remain standing, raise your right hand, and my clerk, Teresa, who's on my left and across from you, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a seat, please. First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record.
My first name is Christopher, and my last name is Bertram.
Could you spell those, please?
Christo.
My boy got the Hollister the Hollister shirt for court. Stop playing with him with the collar. Okay, Chris came out here not to play. I hope Chris isn't nice to him because you already know Brooks is gonna start with some stupid ass question like, so what do you like to do? Like what do you do for a hobby? What's your job? You're thinking that he needs to have some sort of banter with the witness before starting. I swear he always does this, thinking like that's how it goes. No, bro. If prosecution asks a question like that, it ties into something. Brooks will just ask a dead-ended question like, what do you do for a hobby? For example, right? They'll answer. He'll be like, oh, okay, cool. And then he'll start asking the question like, bro is a dumbass.
Perbertram.
Thank you. As long as you sit close to the table, you will not have to lean in. Go ahead, sir, your witness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Idiot.
witness.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that it was my turn. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yeah, I'm such a lovable guy. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Thank you. Let me get this started, Your Honor.
First of all, good afternoon. What do you currently do for a living?
I do electrical work.
Directing your attention to the evening of November 21st, 2021. Do you recall that evening pretty well?
Not very.
Do you recall what you were doing that evening?
Yes.
And what were you doing that evening?
taking my mother's car to our mechanic friend.
Damn, the audio sucks, but okay. So he's on the road taking the car to a mechanic. Boop bop. Probably runs into Brooks, not gonna lie. But anyways, let's continue.
You aware of a parade going on that evening?
No.
Around what time were you taking your mom's car to be inspected?
I don't recall.
Okay. Solid answer. Solid answer.
Do you recall seeing anything that caught your attention that evening?
Yes.
Can you state what that was?
A smashed up red car.
And do you recall where you saw that at?
I believe it is Prospect Court Street.
And at the time you observed this smashed up car, as you say, did you see anyone driving it?
Yes.
And were you able to make a description?
Were you able to make a subscription? No, we didn't want to subscribe to your busted up red car, bro. The fuck? Were you able to make a subscription of the person? This man, like, guys, when I tell you the idiocy on this guy, like, he's so stupid. Like, that's why he's so dangerous. Is his stupidity makes him dangerous. He's the type of person who's like, I'm dumb and I'm angry, and then he'll just go fuck some shit up because he doesn't understand it. I swear that he's the type of guy who will shoot up the club because a girl didn't want to dance with him. I promise you. He probably did it before. I'm pretty sure he's done it before. That's the wavelength of his brain power, is to just rage out because he's stupid. This man just said, did you get a subscription of the person? First of all, why are we even dealing with a witness that's going to say that there was somebody driving who could possibly ID me? Like, I wouldn't even want to be asking those types of questions to this witness. Anyway, he's asking them. And then he's going to come with that type of, like, vocabulary. Like, come on, bro. This shit is actually crazy. Is TV gold that he decided to represent himself? I'm not going to lie.
Description of who's driving it?
I believe so.
And what do you recall?
I don't recall what I said.
Damn, okay.
You don't recall what you said or saw?
I don't recall what I exactly said when I gave my statement.
Do you recall what you saw?
No.
He doesn't know shit.
You made reference to giving the statement. I'm assuming that would be to law enforcement. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And
Bro smoked a fat joint before he came here. He looks completely gone. Like, what is going on? Bro is like, yeah, no, I don't know shit. I don't remember shit. I saw something, but I don't remember that either. Yeah, bro, I don't know shit. That's the moral of his story.
did they write down? Well, let me back up. How was that interview conducted? Was that an in-person interview, over the phone, or?
In person.
And do you recall if the law enforcement officer was writing down what you were telling them or recording it?
I don't recall.
Of course not.
Did you observe the vehicle stop at any point in time?
No.
So it's pretty much you just saw it just kind of just rolling past.
Yes.
Did you notice if the vehicle had any tents?
Any what?
Tents, like tinted windows?
No.
I love how he reads. It shows his IQ level. The IQ level on this man is so low. He has to stand tall above the paper. Obviously, you can't read it, and then he has to go down and then read it. Bend way the fuck over at a 90-degree angle. I swear to God, at a 90-degree angle to read for another 5 minutes. This is insanity. This one move alone should have been like, can be a highlight on its own. Like, what are you doing, bro? What is he doing? It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Let's not even talk about the tie that goes past his crotch. I mean, this bro is a mess, bro. He is a mess out here in these streets. He's a mess. He can't even read. He's illiterate.
Do you recall in your interview with law enforcement? Well, let me back up a little bit. Was your interview with law enforcement the same evening that you saw this vehicle, or sometime after?
The same evening.
Do you recall stating during the interview that evening that you observed the driver as a black male with short hair and a short beard?
I don't recall exactly what I said.
Do you recall stating at any time during that interview that evening that you believe you saw the operator of the vehicle reach down and grab something as they were driving past?
Yes.
Did you ever see them?
Look at that tie, bro. It makes him look even more like a shrimp. It is insane. This is a small man. Like, you guys don't understand. This is a small man. He has like a Napoleon complex or something. He's so small, he's just angry. Plus he's stupid, so it's like the stupid rage kind of really boils over when you're that small too. You know what I mean? There's not too much of a lid to get to. You're just angry all the time. Beating women, that's what he turned to. Crazy, because that's the only people he could beat. Like, and he probably can't even beat all. He only could beat certain women, because I know a few females that would knock this boy out.
Did you ever see what you believe was being grabbed?
No.
And what did you think at that moment that you saw the operator of this vehicle reach down?
I was unsure.
Do you recall in your interview with law enforcement that evening stating that you thought it was possibly a gun?
Yes.
And where did you observe the vehicle go after it had passed you?
I turned away after it passed me.
Do you recall what the operator of the vehicle was wearing at the time that it passed you?
I do not remember.
Do you recall during your interview with law enforcement that evening stating that you thought the operator was wearing a black sweater or jacket as it drove past you?
Bro, Darrell Brooks is going over every single description. A black male with a short beard and short hair. Oh, with a black hoodie. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Like, bro, he don't remember that. And even if he does, he's lying. He's saying he doesn't remember shit. So how is he gonna remember the article of clothing he was wearing when he don't even remember if the guy had a beard or not? You know what I mean? Like, come on, get real, bro. Come on.
If
Next
that is what is written.
Next witness, dog.
Do you recall saying that?
No.
He's like, no. He's like, bro, I'm too young and too lit to be worried about this shit. I'm over here, like, I don't even remember the parade, okay? Like, you know what I mean? I know he's so angry that he even saw a red car, you know what I mean? He wasn't a part of the parade. He didn't even know a parade was happening. He just saw the red car and ended up in court. Like, I know he's mad over that.
And do you recall where your interview with law enforcement that evening took place?
Yes.
And where did it take place?
My house.
And was anyone present with you during your interview with law enforcement that evening?
Yes.
And who was that?
My mother.
And do you recall what agency your interview was conducted by?
Yes.
And would you state for the jury in the record?
The FBI.
And if you guys recall, Brooks, man, he got a hard on for the FBI. He was like FBI. He was fangirling out. I don't know. A lot of people were saying he was being a fangirl, but it could have been one of the two. He was fangirling out, and all the attention was on him. Okay, or he was really nervous and very concerned because he was like, "Oh, the FBI is on the trail. That means I'm completely fucked." You know what I mean? It could have been one or the other. I think it's more so the second. He was like, damn, the FBI knows about this? Can't it just be local law enforcement? Why is the FBI even involved? I think that's the direction his mind was.
Do you recall stating in your interview that evening with law enforcement that you heard a lot of gunshots?
Yes.
And do you recall I think that's a little bit unfair to say. If you had to estimate where do you think those gunshots were coming from, like vicinity wise?
It sounded from downtown.
And when you say a lot of shots, what would you describe as a lot of shots?
Like a full magazine.
That posture, bro. That 90-degree angle reading stance is insane. You guys realize how insane that is, right? Like, this would have to be me. Like, I'm questioning this guy. I'm doing my questions, right? I'm doing my questions, and I have this piece of paper. Okay, I have my piece of paper. Instead of picking up my piece of paper, right? Hold on, let me bring this up so y'all can hear me. Instead of bringing up my piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, and when you went to the left and then to the right, you saw the red car. Is that correct? No. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to place my paper down, and then I'm going to go like this. Okay. So again, when you went to the left and then to the right, hold on. Yes, so when you went to the right and then to the left, like, bro, that is the craziest, in my opinion, that is the craziest string of actions I've ever seen in my life, bro. Bro is literally going 90 degrees. I would never think to do that. Bro is on a whole different spectrum right now. Well, shit. I can't. That is insane to me.
Do you recall seeing the vehicle that you observed crash into anything?
No.
Do you recall stating in your interview with law enforcement that evening that the vehicle appeared to slow down while traveling down Prospect Court?
Yes.
At some time after observing this vehicle, did you call 911?
Yes.
Get up in that 90-degree angle. Where is it at?
Around what time you called 911?
No.
Do you recall shortly after seeing this vehicle texting anyone?
Yes.
Do you recall who that was?
My girlfriend.
And what did you tell her?
I don't remember.
Do you recall telling her there's a shooting?
Possibly.
He probably broke up with that girl. They probably live in separate lives, all types of crazy shit at this point. Like, bro, you're asking, why do you think he's a throwaway witness? You're asking the wrong guy, buddy. He don't remember. He's 10 blunts gone off of that. Like, shit, let's call it 100 blunts past that. His brain cells aren't even retaining that shit no more. It's over with. He don't remember. Bro, it's in a different dimension right now. Like, come on. This shit is insane. But he's going to ask these questions and bend over each time to ask one sentence worth of questions at a time. It's crazy. This is a stalling technique at its very best, if I ain't seen one myself. Like, stalling as very best. He's such a little guy.
Did you see anyone else in the vehicle?
No.
But you do recall seeing the operator wearing a black sweater.
I don't remember.
Did you observe at any time that evening seeing someone run from the vehicle?
No.
Do you recall why you would have gave a description that evening when initially interviewed by law enforcement?
Because I saw the person in the car.
And how did that person look?
I don't remember.
Grounds.
He's trying so hard. And how'd that person look? Grounds. I said grounds. That means my question stands. Grounds? Like, bro, moron, bro. See, I'm telling you, this is his two stages to exploding. He tries something, it doesn't work. Brooks get angry. That's pretty much it. What's that? 3 steps? Try it, don't work. Brooks angry. That's how it always goes. That's how life works for him. Like, he never heard of try again, do it again, adapt, try something different. No, all he knows is grounds. Like, he'll just yell that out the entire trial instead of trying to learn something new. That's how his entire life goes, bro. The girl don't listen to her, blow up on her, beat her up. You know, cousin don't want to give you back whatever, shoot at him. Just go crazy. Just lose your mind, you know. Mom doesn't want to give you the car, cuss her out. Break shit in her house, you know what I mean? Do whatever you need to do. That's the way his brain works. He is a moron.
This answer may stand.
What was the answer?
He said, I don't recall, or I don't remember.
No further questions at this time.
Thank you. Any cross?
They
Thank you, sir. You may step down, and you are excused.
don't want to cross nothing. They're like, no thank you. Look at how he looks at them. This is when he kind of loses it. I'm going to cut it soon, but I like how they're just like, no, we don't want to cross him. He doesn't know anything. Like, bro, young blood said he don't know nothing. Why would we cross him? She was like, no. And look at his face.
Thank you, sir. You may step down, and you are excused.
Look at him. He's just hurt. You know that hurt him when they said no.
All right, go ahead, call your next witness.
And when we get to the next break, I have something to discuss outside of the presence of the jury. If that pleases the court.
If that pleases
Do you
the
want to
court.
do that now or after your next witness?
We can.
If that pleases the court.
All right, I'll address a legal issue, and we'll bring the jury back in when we're ready. I'll rise for the jury, please.
He thinks this is about to be his moment. He thinks this is about to be his prosecution crushing moment. This is the time. This is the mistrial. We have been waiting this entire time for this. Stand up and fight. No, guess what? You're a moron. Look at how he looks at them. Just gathering those papers.
Everyone can have a seat, and then we'll just wait for the door to close. Go ahead, Mr. Brooks.
I'm curious. Some of these, judging by the reports, how are some of these answers allowed to pass when they're coming straight from reports made by the people on the stand? Very curious.
I don't understand your question. I'm not sure what you're asking me.
What I'm asking is, reading from the report that the people on the stand are giving, the report that they gave to law enforcement.
If you're asking me whether there's a mechanism in the rules of evidence and how to establish that before the jury, the answer to that is yes. If you're asking me how you do that, I'm not going to answer that.
I didn't ask how.
I ain't asked how. I ain't asked how. Yeah, this is where the whole conspiracy starts, to where they're being coached. You know, they're being coached to have certain answers, and that's why prosecution doesn't even want to cross. When in reality, bro, you pick the nastiest, most unprepared witnesses possible. The ones that don't know nothing, the ones that don't do nothing, the ones that didn't see nothing, and they only just saw like, oh yeah, I think I saw a red car that was broke up. You know, that was pretty much it. Nobody's going to call those witnesses. That's why prosecution is not cross-examining. And he's going to make a whole tantrum about this. But anyways, people, go check out the other videos, because I pick it up right here and continue on in another video. So check that out, people. Also, of course, check out the Patreon. Go to my Instagram. I love you guys, man. We're going to head up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little hidden witness. And yeah, we're going to be back with some more fire content later on. People, stay tuned. I'm out of here.